Scream 7. The reviews are in. You didn't get my review. I missed it for good reason, which we'll talk about in a second. But the reviews aren't great. Is that the end of the franchise? Or has it still got some life in it? Talk about that. Warner Brothers Discovery releasing their financials for the last quarter. When, by the way, everybody was looking to buy them, and they lost a lot of money. Some slick gatherings going on. And speaking of that, rumors are that they're actually warming up to the idea of the Paramount bid now. What the hell does that mean? What else is going on? We got tons of shit going on. Disney, the new prez, he's going to have a lot of challenges. What's he going to do with Star Wars? What's he going to do with Avatar? What's he going to do with Marvel? Well, it's all stuff that's been presented to the new boss. So we'll discuss that and more. So let's get into this with myself and Steph Sabraw. It is Kristian Harloff Show here today. Let's do it.
Did you shit in there?
Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. It is Thursday on the Kristian Harloff Show, and joining me on the show each and every Thursday is one Steph Sabraw. There she is. Hello, Steph. What's going on?
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. So it's funny. I really do like this Discord that we have, but today I did the shake of the finger today.
What
Shake
you
of the
mean?
finger. I love the community that they built over there. They're almost at 200 on the Discord.
Awesome.
It drives me nuts when people don't really know what this show is and they make comments that I'm like, come on, the guy, it wasn't a bad guy, but he's just like, oh, I've been watching for a bit. And I don't like how mean Kristian is to Mike. I'm like, are you kidding me? Mike tells me to shut my mouth every other second and calls me numbnuts. We've been talking for 25 years or more to each other like that. I've known him, and it's like I said to the guy, I said, look, you make the comment. It's a very Reddit-like comment, and I'll tell you this. If you don't understand the dynamic of the show, you might want to find a new show, because for as long as you and I have been doing shows with Mike, has anything changed in how we speak to each other?
No. Haven't you guys known each other since
like 30 years?
College or something?
Yes, like a long time. And you think that, so yesterday, and I'll give a little.
Mike's just nice to like me and Roxy.
Yeah. Right. And even then, he'll bust your guys' chops. But
for sure.
But that's it. So and one of the things even yesterday, like, and we always clear things with each other. A perfect example is this. So we did the interview with Penny Barber yesterday.
Oh, I didn't know that was yesterday.
So we didn't air it. We recorded it. So we were recording, and it's the reason I missed my Scream screening, because my silly me, I got my East Coast and West Coast times messed up. So when they asked for 2 p.m., I was like, yeah, I'm giving more than enough time. But I was like, oh wait, that's 5 p.m. for me. I needed to be on a train by like at least 5 o'clock in order to get to the city. So I couldn't do that to them because they had scheduled it around her schedule, and B, I couldn't do that to Mike.
Mike's waited his whole life for this moment, his whole adult life.
Steph, he was so like, he was sending like sweating emojis and everything too. Like I said in our group text with me, him and Roxy, I said, this is his Julia Roberts interview. Like, this is how I imagine myself prepping for the Julia Roberts interview. So I don't want to give too much.
Right.
Away because
I need to know a little.
But look at that picture alone, right?
Oh my God.
And so Mike was just like getting like nervous. So I said to him, and I cleared it with him first, right? So before the same guy comments on this, on whenever that is, I said to Mike, I go, I think it'll be a good bit if I let her know how nervous you are. And he goes, yeah, that's fine. So we talk about it the whole time, and Steph, Roxy, and I have never seen Mike like this. He didn't say anything. He was like, he asked some questions, but he was like, I might as well taken him to Disneyland. like we couldn't believe it. Roxy and I were sitting there, and even Penny was like, "You're so quiet," and he's like, "But I'm just listening." It was I dare to say adorable.
Oh my God.
it was hilarious. Like if anybody watches this show and knows the Tuesday show, saying that Mike Kalinowski was silent and like, shy, you couldn't imagine it.
Wait, so did it go well?
The interview went great. She was amazing. She's really great. Very, very easy to talk to. She was great. Talked about the business. She's very she's and this is a compliment. She's a film snob, but not the shit we talk about. She was throwing out independent and foreign films that made me feel like an imbecile.
Wait, like adult film snob?
No, real,
not like real, but
I know what you mean, but no cinema.
Awesome.
She's
she
like
just
a
loves
real
film. Awesome.
She's a movie buff, but she's a movie buff and she was throwing out movies. I'm like, what the fuck movie is that she's talking about? But
that's awesome.
And she would have been, if we did an independent schmodown film. I mean, she was very much educated in the film world.
Wow.
And it was impressive. Like she was talking about that kind of stuff. And so and we talked about, the business and other things too. And she was great. She was great.
This is like the funniest coming of age story for Mike ever.
Roxy and I talked about it. Well, we talked about right after the interview, and then we talked about it on the phone. We're like, I've never seen Mike like that. It was hilarious. I almost want to get. Well, it's just for the people, I guess, who are watching the show. I have to give this spoiler because it's going to make people watch the show. Penny got him to call her mommy. She's like, because he wasn't saying anything. She's like, Mike, you say yes, mommy, right? He goes, yes, mommy. And we were like, it's hilarious. It's so good. And we couldn't believe it. And she couldn't believe that he did it too. It was hilarious. It's so good.
I can't wait. How was it, an hour?
It was an hour.
Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to watch it.
It's going to be the most talked about thing that we've done on this channel for quite a while because just Mike, for people who know Mike.
How are you going to title the episode?
Interview Penny Barber.
Penny Barber.
That's it. Penny talks the industry, life outside of it, movies, other things, So yeah. But
insane.
Yeah,
I can't believe you guys did that.
It was great. And I said, I literally said to her, you should come on to the regular show live, just talk about movies. I mean, she knows. She's like, well, I don't talk about a lot of the mainstream stuff. I said, who cares? I said, yeah, in the way that Roxy did, TV picks. We could do Penny's picks.
Yeah,
like a 5-minute thing. Have her come in and talk about it. We'll see. We'll see how the audience. We'll see how the interview does. I think because it's hilarious in the beginning of the interview. She's like, I had no idea what the hell I was walking into. She said, I didn't know. She said, my publicist said, they don't really talk about the industry, about other things, but you should do it. And she's like, all right, I'll do it. And it was great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I can't wait to watch it.
It's really, it's solid. I wish, we recorded it on Riverside and, so Jonathan's editing it. So we're going to really put the bells and whistles on it and make sure everything's solid. And that way it's not, because the picture you see here is just the way that it kind of came out in, the 4-person recording. It's not going to, the interview's not really going to be like, it'll be single shots of me, single shots of Penny and Mike and Roxy. Roxy's so good. I mean, she really is. She's just so good.
She's such a great interviewer.
I'm so glad that she was, we've been interviewing people together for 10 years. And so I was so glad that she was there because I was asking a lot of the bulk of the questions and I knew that I could take a pause, ping pong it right to Roxy, and she's done, and not just, you say she did research, be like, oh, what kind of research did she do on her? She did a lot of the personal research, other research. Roxy's she's a pro.
Totally.
So
totally.
It was really, really good. It was really
That's
good.
awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm excited. That'll air on Wednesday. I don't think I'm going to do a live show next Wednesday. Because normally sometimes I'll do a live show, start asking questions, and run the interview. But I think I'm just going to let the interview run on its own. And so there won't be a show next Wednesday. But another thing that sucked, because I was Tuesday, I was gonna do. We were gonna basically talk about this. I mean, Roxy and Mike will talk about it, but like they scheduled another call from my show on Tuesday at the
Oh.
same time at 12, and they were gonna do reoccurring. I was like, I can do it again next week, but if we can move it, um, because they want to now do consistent weekly phone calls so we can get the thing out there and get the campaign out. And I was like, if we can wait, if we can just push it the next week. So I think I'm gonna miss next week. I'm gonna be on the show like twice
Oh.
because Monday I have a screening for The Bride, which I'm very excited about.
Oh, I'm so excited to see that
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, me too. So
Yeah.
Monday I see The Bride. So Rogo will have to host alone. Tuesday I got my phone call. And then Wednesday we'll do the Penny interview. Thursday I'll do the show with you. And then Friday I'll do Capes. So
Well, as long as you're on Thursday.
I'll be on Thursday. Yeah, I'll be on Thursday. And then you and I, so like, and that's the thing. So Tuesday.
Yeah, I have to text you about that because my and see if there's other times.
Okay. That's to shoot
so that we can make sure
movie.
we're shooting. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're doing some movies. So Steph and I are going to do, I have 5 or no, like 6 or 7 movies for us to do. I have Ferris Bueller's Day Off,
Yeah.
Field of Dreams, Boogie Nights,
Yes.
Born Identity 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that's like 8 movies for us. We have 8 weeks of stuff to record until we, finish everything else out. So it's a lot.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, so we'll figure that out. Okay. Someone asked if you saw Wall Street. There's no way you've ever seen Wall Street.
No.
That's what the shit. Most 80s,
not Wolf of Wall Street, right?
No. Most Wall Street movies Steph hasn't seen.
No.
Most Wall Street movies. Sorry, most
80.
80s movies. Most 80s movies she hasn't seen. So you throw in 80s movies out there, and it's not crazy when you think about it, right? It's like there's a lot of 80s movies, or let's see, she was born in like the early 90s, so that's like me. Like I've seen a lot of I haven't seen many movies in the 60s and the 70s,
Yeah, my parents aren't the type they watch new movies every single day. It's
right.
just
So
they don't really
right.
circle the block.
Right. The thing is, I really want to work on making sure that she has that knowledge of the 80s movies, but you fuckers got to watch it. Come on.
Yep.
You got to watch it. All right, listen. 12 questions so far, not bad considering we haven't even started yet, really. And you need to hit 106.
Okay, Roca or
no, Roca was in the lead up until the very end of Tuesday's show. Roxy and Mike were down.
Oh, because everyone was putting in their questions.
They put in questions for Penny, but that wasn't really the only reason. Because they were, and I want to let people know I got to a fair share of your questions. By the way, I got to a fair share of them. I'm hoping PLD updated all of them yesterday on that doc because I asked a fair share of the ones that were on that doc. So I'm hoping that's from both shows. I don't remember. I'm hoping that he did. So anyway, let's see if we can do it. 12 questions. We need 106 for Steph to tie, 107 to put her in the lead. So let's see if we can do it. Lots of big stories here, Steph.
Yeah.
And I want to start. Okay, let's see. Hopefully Luke can come in and change that. I don't know what happens. It happens every time. It drives me crazy. I don't know why it happens. He still hasn't shown me how to fix it. Okay. Let's get to this one. And where the hell is it? I want to get to the screen. Oh, there it is. I see it. Are you going to see? Are you a Scream fan? I forget. Have you seen the movies?
No, I've seen random.
I lost you. Sorry. How many have you seen?
Randomly, I think I saw Scream 5.
So you don't really remember. Have you seen one?
No.
You've never seen one?
No.
Oh, shit, Steph. Maybe that's what we should do instead.
Okay. Because this is coming out.
Yeah, you've never seen Scream 1. I didn't know that. Oh, yeah, wow.
No.
Oh, we might have.
So I got I read what's the vibe of Scream before 5, but that was it.
Right. So that's, but you don't have a real, do you know what happens in the first movie?
I don't remember now, but I think I knew what I don't know. I
All
don't
right, so
know.
we're
I
gonna have
read like
to.
a summary.
So here's what I think we're gonna do. I think that we're gonna do that. Scream instead. We'll put up the other ones on the back burner. We'll watch all the Scream movies, but I think when the new one comes out, I might do a Scream 7 reaction with me, you, and Sadie, the three of us.
Oh, that's fun.
I think that's what we'll do, and she'll come in here with me, and we'll record. And all three of us will watch it together because I have never seen it. Obviously, she wanted to do that one, but if you've never seen the other ones, I mean, that would be great.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's all right. That's our plan then. We look at it. We just came out. Please don't watch anything. Try to stay off the internet about any spoilers or anything too, because that'll be a great one for you to watch. So let's start doing it. We can knock out. I mean, look, if you have extra time in the week to maybe do more than one, that might be helpful too. If you do, we can figure that out. But we should knock out shit, man. Yeah, we'll talk offline and see when we can schedule it because we should do Scream 1 ASAP. Great. Okay. All right. So let's talk about the new one and the reactions itself. Hopefully there's no spoilers in there for Steph. We'll see. So Scream 7 reviews are in ski, as they say in certain parts of France. No one really says that, but that's fine. Reviews are finally in for Scream 7. The response is probably not what Paramount had hoped. With 30 reviews counted, the movie sits at 47%, second lowest score in the franchise to date, ahead of only Scream 3, which is at 45. Metacritic, the new film is drawing 43 out of 100, the worst of a franchise so far by a clear margin. Williamson recently shared at the film's premiere that he and Neve Campbell have started discussing an 8th installment in the film, but a lot will depend on how this film is received and performs. New piece in Variety for the film also confirms Neve Campbell, who was infamously absent from the 6th over a pay dispute, got a major $7 million deal to return for this, dubbed a hefty raise from her prior salary. This surprisingly refreshing take on familiar materials, unconcerned with meta discussions about where the film stands in the canon. It may have taken 30 years for Williamson to finally steer his own ship, but with Scream 7, it proves well worth the wait. So that's too positive, right? Back and forth. It's not that Scream 7 is bad. It is a bad Scream movie. There's no bad Scream movies. Even the worst one's kind of all right, and this is the worst one. It says Bibbs. Simply put, I was elated with Scream 7. So far, there's 3 positive reviews. There's a rote quality to the proceedings that makes 7 feel like a slog, despite its high body count, despite the occasional cheeky moment and brutal slaying. A property that once satirized horror cliches has largely succumbed to them. It's not terrible reviews. I mean, even the ones that are bad, they're not terrible. I think this is one of those movies, like as they said about Scream, potentially with Scream 8. This has nothing to do. The critics have nothing to do whether or not Scream 8 is going to be made. He said, well, how well this is received, not by critics. It's all about if the fans show up to this movie and it has a strong opening, it doesn't matter what the critics say at all.
Yeah.
The fans are as hardcore enough. Now, the question is, and people keep asking, I guess there was a protest about it because you know the drama behind this?
A little bit.
So Melissa Barrera, who was the star of the last 2.
That's so that I must have seen her in 1 because I remember
remember. She was in the last 2, and she tweeted out about some political stuff. You can look up the whole scandal, but so there was a major pushback on it. Well, she got fired because of it, and so then they brought Neve Campbell back. And because they brought Neve Campbell back, people are like, oh, they did that only because because of Melissa's beliefs and then there's some protests for it. I don't think that's going to have a big impact on the box office itself. I think that there are going to be people that, in the same way that I don't think there's going to be a dip in the ratings for Harry Potter. I think that people who really want to see this are going to see it now. But if it stinks, then that's going to hurt fans' future, want to go see this movie. How do you feel?
Yeah, I think I kind of remember that and remember feeling like that was a really stupid choice by the studio, but I'm not like as intertwined with the franchise. So I kind of have to agree in the sense that people will, I don't know what the demographic is of people who care about that about Melissa Barrera as much as they care about the Scream franchise. I feel like newer fans like me really enjoyed her in it, and I enjoy her as an actress regardless, so I'll watch her in other stuff. But I don't think it's it'll be interesting to see. I kind of have to agree that I think it has to do with how good the movie's being received by the core fans. And then like those types of movies, like the critics, the Rotten Tomatoes score doesn't matter.
It doesn't. And it's one of these things. Scream has that same kind of thing that Jurassic Park has. It's like, and there's a few of these movies that just like, I'm like, they haven't been necessarily, all of them have been great, but I like watching them in the theater.
Right.
There's something about them that I just like, okay, there's a new Scream movie coming out. It'll be fun to watch in the theater. And I've left a few of them going, ugh. I remember one time I said it in the review, the best part of the whole experience was some guy farted in the theater and it was hilarious.
That's amazing.
And that was I don't remember which one that was, but then the next one I liked. And I was like, okay, so this could be one of those things. It's maybe.
And Final Destinations, in the last one, aren't people saying it's like the best one?
Right. And the last Final Destination was really, really good. Very enjoyable. And there's been a few of them that have stunk up the joint.
Right.
So it's a matter of, how long before it gets too tired and too crazy. Look, I haven't seen the movie. I can't speak about it, but I am curious to see. I mean, look, what I understood what Bibiani was saying there, where it's like all these movies, they're kind of, they're always enjoyable in a certain aspect. This just happens to be the one that's the least enjoyable. And I understand that. I understand that kind of philosophy. Again, haven't seen the film, don't know. But the opening box office will be the most telling. That's going to be like I wonder what it's trending right now. What it's tracking at. I think there was something. It said it in the news yesterday. What it was tracking at. Let me double check and see. And I wonder if anybody has that information. But I saw. Yeah, when one of the stories when we were going over stories yesterday, I think one of those things were now I get ads for snowblowers. Fuck off. It's set for 60 million global start. A global start. So the question is then, let's see. How much? Previous film opened at 44.4 domestically and a further 22 overseas for 66. The previous film. So with everybody coming back, how will that work? There's no competition this week, so let me see. And the one thing that was kind of telling was that last night was the screening and all the reviews came out today, and the movie essentially drops tonight. So that's usually always a tell that they know, like, all right, maybe the critics aren't going to like this one, but let's just hope the audience goes.
Yeah.
I'm going to look at what's coming out this week. Besides, I mean, it's got Wuthering Heights to deal with, and that's in like week 3. Goat, not the same audience. The Elvis Presley concert is coming out with it. Now, next week is Dark Arrows, and then it really just The Bride. The Bride is good, and people are talking about The Bride, and that could knock off some Scream money. And then the following week is Undertone, Reminders of Him. It doesn't have any real big studio competition until Project Hail Mary comes out on March 20th. So if people want to go to the movies and want to get nostalgia stuff and are Scream fans, it might do pretty well.
Yeah. Do they not usually do a Halloween drop, or is it
no? It's a January drop? I feel like it usually drops around like February, March. I figure I think that's usually when Scream hits. It feels like this is usually when it drops. If my memory serves correct, every time I remember going to see Scream, it's like always March.
Yeah, I guess that kind of makes sense.
It's just been they did what they put their flag down, and they said this is where we have done well in the past and we're going to try again. So I don't think that it doesn't matter. Even this thing winds up getting 35 million. I mean, look, it comes out today, so it's February release, not March. So even if this thing does 35% on Rotten Tomatoes, but opens up at 60, 65 mil, and then does another 30 to 40 or 30 next week, they'll make another one.
Yeah.
it means people still want to see it.
Yeah. They just have the horror franchises do well for themselves with that. Like they just can, people just want to see when they like the franchise.
Yeah. And the other one I mentioned, Project Hail Mary. A lot of screenings happened for that one, and I was bummed as I was like trying to get one. I got one for Wednesday, next Wednesday, so I'm excited about that. But I saw a bunch of people had already seen it and getting good, like Mance and a few other people were talking about how good it was. So I'm excited to. That one is, I think it was on my most anticipated, at least. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
It does look really good. I liked the newest trailer that came out. I was like, oh, I didn't know it was gonna be funny.
I didn't watch the last trailer because I've seen enough to know. I actually was mad at myself because I told myself I wasn't going to watch any trailers for that movie at all because I knew Lord and Miller were doing it, Gosling was doing it, it was getting enough hype. I was like, I'm just going into this movie. I'm going to see it when I see it. But then I was doing my most anticipated, and I was like, okay, let me look. I really want to see this, but can I put it on my list if I don't really know enough about it? And I looked, and I was like, okay, this movie looks great.
Yeah.
And apparently, the last trailer gives away way too much. So
it gave away a lot. Gave away a lot, but honestly, usually that doesn't work for me. But it kind of was super charming, where I was like, okay, maybe this is one, because I didn't know if it was one that I wanted to see when it just came out on I could buy at home, or if I'd go to the theater. But I think I'm going to go to the theater for it.
I don't know why trailers still have not learned to stop doing that.
I know. It's like, just give a little.
What are you doing? It's like,
it doesn't need to be like the level that Barbie hit the trailer where you're like, I have no idea, but I'm so in.
Yeah.
But just like give the vibe. Don't like tell when it's like 3 minutes. I'm like, are you guys insane?
Look, I know
the entire plot.
Yes. Look, I give Filoni shit. I know I do. But one thing I'll give him props on, I like how he runs his trailers a lot of times when he shows. From his shows, he shows stuff from like the first episode. And like a couple things from like the first episode and never like the whole story. Like I applaud him for that. And I think that we still don't really know, unfortunately. The thing I don't think that works in general is we don't know yet what the story is about for Mandalorian and Grogu. We still could know what the story is, but you can't say about that trailer that it gave away the whole movie. We don't even really know what it's about yet.
Right.
So I hate when if movies have hype behind them, I hate when movies give away the entire plot. I'm like, why are you watching? What are we doing? Stop that.
I know. It's the weirdest thing.
So I'm so glad that I missed the last trailer. From everything I heard, it was just gave away everything. So
it does give away a lot.
I'm good. Seeing it on Wednesday, I know enough about the movie. I'm good. So I'll have my out of the theater on that. I'm going to see Hoppers tonight, which that's the new Pixar one. Mm-hmm. I'm bummed that I can't take my little one to see that one with me.
Right.
Because she's gonna, by the time I leave, it'll be too late for her.
Do they have like a 9 p.m. bedtime?
We try to get her in bed by just around like 8, a little after 8, and then she usually craps out around 9.
Yeah.
So that's why I got to see if I can get her. She's been my food buddy lately.
I know. I saw her little waddle into the store.
Isn't the best waddle ever?
Best waddle ever.
Ever. And she was so excited. I went to this place called the Guac Shop, and they were and when I told her that the guy had reached out to me, he's like, you should come by the Guac Shop. I was like, I'm very familiar with your restaurant. My daughter loves it. It's her favorite Mexican grill place out here in Long Island, and so we went there, and this guy was great. This guy, I think I told this story already. But this dude was he co-owns it with his brothers, or his brother and somebody else, another partner. But they own I think like 7 or 8 restaurants. This one's been open for like 8 years. This guy's 25 years old.
What?
Yeah, I was like, and just knew the business. Knew that it was just like a hustler. And I was
damn, owning restaurants is not easy.
At 25 years old, owning and not just 8 of those motherfuckers.
Damn,
it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. So, and the food's really good. Food's really, really good. It was solid. So, I posted that on my Instagram. I'm one of my favorite pizza places that I go to before I go to the screenings. I usually try to pop in there for a slice or two. I'm gonna cover them next. They're really, really good.
Cool.
Yeah, they actually named a slice after Matt Serra.
Oh, that's funny. What's on it?
is it like a pesto? I don't know what I'm gonna cover it when I put it in my video, but it's like but yeah, they did that because I introduced him to this place, and then he talked about it on Rogan, and they, obviously their business did pretty well after he did that. And yeah, so I'll be covering that. I'm covering more places, more food places out here. It's been fun to do, and she's been my food buddy. So
yeah, she's great.
She's funny. Okay, look. What do you guys think about all this stuff, the Scream reactions, all of that? And what do you think? Is there any competition coming up? Put your thoughts in there. Let us know. All right, before we get into some more topics, and we have a ton of them, I want to tell you guys, and as I've been telling you all week about ButcherBox, please tell me that after I told you about ButcherBox, you stopped spending money on meats at the grocery store. Steph, I'm hoping that because you said Harry's all about meats and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Did you use the code?
We did use the code. I gave it to my family to use because we haven't been cooking as much because we're remodeling right now. Okay. But I think that they got some. I have to just check in with them. But we were literally just talking about how hard it is to find good meat in this grocery store. Well,
send them the new link because the old link, for some reason, it was all capital and wasn't working. But it should be working now. But with the lower link, the lowercase for this one. But man, Sadie is she now the only place she wants to get meats now is ButcherBox.
I don't blame her.
They're so good.
And there's studies coming out about the grocery store. It's just like you just don't know where it's sourcing from.
It's so good. So let me tell you guys about ButcherBox, and then you can get yourself a box of meat. I'm excited because I'm talking about ButcherBox. So if 2026 is your year that feels stronger, eat smarter, or simply just simplify the dinner routine, ButcherBox delivers the good stuff, high-quality proteins, no antibiotics, no added hormones, no mystery labels, just the kind of clean fuel that supports actual results. I don't know who gets more excited when ButcherBox shows up to my house, myself or my wife. We love it. It's the absolute best. For over a decade, ButcherBox has led the industry with meat and seafood that's antibiotic-free, hormone-free, independently verified. It's the clean, trustworthy protein you want to be eating, especially at the start of a new year. I'm always choosing the chicken and the beef, and man, their steaks are phenomenal. When it is not as cold as it is right now, I'm throwing it out on the grill outside, and that's coming up real soon. But even to just cook some of these steaks inside, they're so tender. I love it. I've been making some beef bowls. I've been making a lot of chicken dishes. And as I said, I just get excited every time I see a box. It's like Christmas. So an exclusive offer for you guys. New listeners can get their choice between organic ground beef, chicken breast, or ground turkey in every box for a year. Plus $20 off when you go to butcherbox.com/Christian. That's right. That's your choice of organic ground beef, chicken breast, or ground turkey in every box for an entire year, plus $20 off your first box and free shipping always. That is butcherbox.com/Christian. Don't forget to use our link so they know that we sent you. You will thank me. I'm telling you, ButcherBox, it's the best. I really hope you want to help out the show. Help out yourself and get yourself a box of meat. It's really, really good. ButcherBox is the best. All right, Steph, did you read this article on the Disney stuff?
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
The Disney, Star Wars, and Marvels.
All that stuff, what this guy's going to have to do. And it really did justify a lot of our comments about that stupid Super Bowl ad. And it again, I watched. I know
that was being a highlight of the article. I was like, damn.
I watched some of these videos of people going, "What are you talking about? It's so much fun." It's like, who cares if it's fun? It's got to tell you what the movie is. And it didn't, and it's got to get people excited about it. And it's like, and even the marketing team was like, oops. So let's bring this story up and give a little more context to that. So there are major challenges coming up here for the new head of Disney as he's got to deal with Star Wars, Avatar, and Marvel. There's a new feature piece over at Variety that has gone into the challenges that face the new Disney CEO, Josh D'Amaro, as he takes the reins at the Mouse House. D'Amaro has landed in the driver's seat at a time when some of Disney's previously unstoppable franchises, Star Wars, Marvel, are on shakier ground than they were this time a decade ago. Trade says that concerns have been raised about the Super Bowl spot for The Mandalorian and Grogu, an unconventional ad featuring the two characters riding a Tauntaun-pulled wagon. Commercial reportedly failed to generate the kind of excitement the marketing team was hoping to spark, and questions remain over the potential of a streaming series turned film beyond the diehard fan base. However, they also add that those who have seen footage from the Sean Levy-directed Star Wars Starfighter have been gushing. They're praising Ryan Gosling's performance and suggesting Levy has recaptured the franchise's spirit of fun. Steph, what have we been saying about this movie on this show? What have we been saying about Starfighter? How important that movie is?
Oh yeah, that it's kind of everything.
It's everything.
What Star Wars looks like.
It's everything. It's the entire. So this has been a constant point on this show. How important it is for that movie to deliver, and everything they're going to put into that. Now, Avatar is a decision about its future, and it still hasn't been made. The recent third film grossed $1.4 billion globally, nearly $1 billion less than the previous installment. The cost of these movies is a major factor, with one insider telling the outlet, if you make $1 billion on the next movie, you still lose hundreds of millions. As for Marvel, while some suggest that the franchise future will ride heavily on Avengers Doomsday, those in the film division believe the health of the MCU does not hinge on an individual title. Executives are reportedly pleased with what they've seen for the film's release, and even rival studio heads predict Doomsday will be the year's biggest earner. All right, Steph, where do we start first? You want to start with, let's start with Avatar.
Yeah.
Let's start with Avatar. You and I are easily the biggest Avatar fans on this channel.
Yeah.
We love going to see these movies in the same way that fans love to go see Scream in the theater or go see Jurassic Park or those things. That's how we feel about these.
Totally.
You put them out. I'm in
there.
I'm gonna see it.
I bought my tickets like 2 months in advance. I
was excited. I was like a little kid just waiting to watch. I love going back to Pandora. That being said, I understand if they never make another one of these ever again. Because of what they said in that article. The thing is so expensive and it costs so much money that when you make $1 billion on it, you're going to lose money if you only make $1 billion. And so that is something you've got to scratch your head, because I've been talking about this recently, bringing up Jurassic Park and these other things. When you look at a movie that does really, really well in the theater, and the first one does 1.5 billion, and then the next one does 1.2 billion, and then the third one does 900 million. Well, it's trending that it's probably going to keep going down. The question is, how much before you stop making a profit? Because then that's where the gamble comes each time. It's like the gambler at the table that's going, oh, wait a minute, we can hit that next one and we can go back over and we can do twice as much as we did in the last one. Maybe we'll go back to those old glory numbers. And with Avatar, the risk is too big, and Cameron's heart just doesn't seem like it was in it the same way it was in the first two. As much as I'd love to see where this franchise goes, I think to be safe, you walk off the court at this point.
Yeah, I'm conflicted because didn't this one still make over $1 billion, just not $2 billion?
1.6, and it needed to make just around 1.5, I think, to break even or something. So
right.
It made a little bit of money, like a little bit.
Right. I thought you just said 900 million. I was like,
no, I'm just saying, I'm just giving
right.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm with you. Yeah, I am conflicted because I want to live in Pandora. I want to live in Pandora, and I would see so many movies in Pandora, and I just love this franchise. And I don't know, like, I just feel like there's some of us who like really love it and are like, you know, there are parts about it that aren't perfect, you know, but they're just the overall feel it gives me when I leave the movies. I'm just like, wow, that's what I go to the movies for. And my whole family feels the same way. Interestingly enough, like there was like kind of a different range after the third movie. We all loved it. My sister said that it might be her favorite movie of all time. Like
the last one?
Yes. It just hit her emotion. We're like huge Neytiri fans, like diehard.
Yeah.
So it just hit us like really hard when you are so invested in a character. But my mom loved it, and she was like, she thought that was the end, and she's like, oh, okay, I really believe in like movies not going past trilogies. That was a great ending. And I was like, oh, I don't think it is the ending. And she's like, oh, really? So I do think that there's like
It's a chance.
There's an argument to be made in both ways.
Yeah.
And I also was under the impression that when they were moving on to the second and third installments, they had kind of given, I know it costs a lot of money, obviously, to create from what they film to what they see, but I thought that a lot of the cost was in the equipment, so I thought it wasn't going to be as big of a hit as it is seemingly still.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Look, so this is the thing people still don't understand, right? You like showcase this comment right here. No franchise walks away when the last one made $1 billion. What are you talking about? If a movie costs, if you're not making a budget, if you're not making a profit, doesn't matter if it costs if you make a movie for $200 million and the movie makes $200 million or maybe 300, and you just cover that in marketing, it's like, ooh, if we do that again and the next one comes out and it makes less, and the next time we're not going to break even, we're going to lose money. So they didn't just make $1 billion and make a profit. They made $1 billion and barely broke even.
Because the movie costs so much.
Because it costs so much.
Yeah, it's in a completely different conversation than any other movie ever made
nothing
before.
To do with no movie makes $1 billion and stops making movies. It has nothing to do with that. It's movies will stop making movies if it looks like it's on a down
profit
slope from and making a profit. Now, there's very good possibility that they do make another one and say, look, the next one, the things are going to change a bit, and we have a chance to get back to that too. But are we going to take the risk? And the answer is always, now, I would have, if Anthony would put something like, it's doubtful that they're going to doubt in Cameron. That's an argument that I'm not going to argue with him over on that one, because it's like, if James Cameron walks into your office and says, look, I've proven in the past that I've said I'll make this work, I'll get you to $2 billion. I greenlight it that day if he says that to me. He's earned that.
Yeah.
He's earned that.
Totally. I agree. I'm with you on that. It's like there's multiple things at play. Like they have Cameron involved, that it's his baby. He has like a lot of say in this industry.
Yeah.
We don't know how the next one will do. It's not like the third one bombed at all.
Right.
It just is kind of like I understand looking at it and being like, is this worth the investment?
Yes.
And it's like a serious conversation because you're talking about a movie that cost nearly $1 billion to make. Like that's
so look at Fast 9, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you would, in the same conversation, if you said no movie is going to make $726 million on their last movie and then they walk away, it cost so much money to make, over 350 or whatever it did. It didn't make money. It lost money. And so
that was a big hit.
And they're making another one, but it hasn't been easy. This movie came out in 2021 and it's freaking 5 years later. It still hasn't been another one because they're trying to cut budget down. So because $726 million, you make that and you go, oh, of course they're going to make another one, but you have to look at the budget. And so I think that they might, if you can make Avatar for cheaper, like if you can somehow make it for, I don't know, $200 million, then you're gonna make a profit all day long, even if the thing makes $700 million, $800 million.
Right.
So $1.5 billion, and it's still not good enough. I don't know about the risk.
It's such a big risk.
Yeah. So if we go to switching now to Marvel, Marvel's in the best shape out of the three of these things.
For sure.
Easily. Because right now, look, yes, Marvel is in that spot where we haven't been excited for Marvel for a little bit. Marvel you got Daredevil season 2, which will get some people, it's apparently the Born Again season 2 is because there were so many cuts from the first one and so many things they had to do from the first movie that it was almost like a Frankenstein type things, what they said. This one is just going to be the thing that they were working on, no edits, no changes as far as what the story was about and having to repurpose anything. It's just, this is the story, and you're gonna have that, and then whenever the Punisher thing drops, I think it drops after Spider-Man. But Spider-Man hits. Spider-Man's gonna be like, ooh, that's gonna be that first pump of energy, and you're gonna go.
Didn't the last Spider-Man movie make $1 billion?
Over $1 billion.
Yeah.
No Way Home, I'm gonna guess made 1.5. Let's see, No Way Home box office, maybe even more. 1.9.
Right. And 1. And then what's the Ryan Reynolds one?
Deadpool. Deadpool was
made over $1 billion.
Spider-Man's going to crush.
Right.
It's going to crush. And plus you got the Hulk, the Rage Hulk coming back. You got the Punisher in there together. Sadie Sink coming in to potentially play Jean Grey or Gwen Stacy or whoever. And then that leads, and that's the lead into Doomsday.
Right.
And I still think Doomsday's going to, and I agree with what they say, Doomsday's going to be the biggest movie. This is what I've said. I think Doomsday's going to be the biggest movie of all time.
Really?
I think it's going to be the biggest movie of all time. If it's good, it's going to be the biggest movie of all time.
Wow.
Ticket prices, all these other things. And when they start moving IMAX into the January year, it's going to start making more because it's not going to have there's no more IMAX screenings for Marvel in 2026. Right. So they're going to have, if they have it in 2027 in the opening, when there's no competition whatsoever. I think it's gonna crush. If it's good. If it stinks, then I'm gonna change my tune and I'll say I was wrong. Sorry.
Yeah.
But regardless, even if it makes a lot of money and it's the biggest movie of the year, you're gonna have that movie, which is gonna crush. You're gonna have Spider-Man, which is gonna crush. And then next year, you're going to have Secret Wars. And I don't know what else comes out from Marvel next year besides Secret Wars. But Marvel is in really good shape, especially with the Russos. And then that's going to then lead into the X-Men. So if they stick to what they used to do and have their plan and have their way forward now and stop going off the little silly side stories and all those things and just trying to, our shit doesn't stink. We can do anything and everybody will watch. I think that they're focused now. So Marvel has a very good shot of getting back to normal.
Yeah, I think that's the question. I don't think it's in the same conversation as a Star Wars where Marvel's like they're still doing well. Fantastic Four didn't do as well as they had hoped, but it still did really well in comparison with the other superhero movies that came out that year.
Did it?
And it did decent. Yeah, I think it did 500.
Let me see. First of all, we'll see what the budget was. The budget on Fantastic Four. Let me see. Hold on. You still there?
I'm still here.
All right. Fantastic Four budget was $200 million. So it needed to make probably close to 500 to break even, right? Mm-hmm. So let's see. The box office for that was 521. So it barely broke even.
Yeah, but it did good. I feel like that was good enough. But and then in the same year, they had Deadpool, Wolverine, and then everyone's liking Wonder Man and
Deadpool, Wolverine was 2023. Wasn't it?
It was
or 2024. 2024.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But they've had it's not like they've had like all bad doom and gloom where the fan base is super mixed. Like a lot of people are liking some of the stuff that they're putting out.
So to just combat you a little bit with box office, it was kind of a bad year for them because they had the Captain America Brave New World was the first one last year. And that one cost more money than they really let on to believe because all the reshoots.
Right.
That lost money.
Yeah.
Then you had Thunderbolts, which people who saw it really liked it, and it did great on streaming. It was a disappointment for box office. It didn't do well. And then Fantastic Four barely broke even. So they didn't have a good 2025. But what it did do, it still showed that people still cared enough because they're starting to get some juice behind Doomsday minus Winston and Chris Carr.
Yeah, they both aren't excited.
No, I can't. They both are telling me that they'd rather see Supergirl in the theater than Doomsday. I know, and I know a lot of people want to see Supergirl, but over Doomsday, I can't believe that. I just can't believe it.
Yeah,
it just looks. It doesn't look. They haven't shown anything that to me that looks like okay. I want to see really where that goes. This is basically a sequel to Endgame. This movie.
Right. And I'm really curious what they do with it. And I think a lot of people feel that way. But Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four did enough for me where I'm like, okay, I really want to see Doomsday. Mm-hmm. It didn't build bad faith, I think, for at least me. And I'm sure that there's other fans who feel the same, where I actually walked away being like, oh, yeah, I really like these movies. And I think that the question more so for Marvel is like not whether it can be good again, because I think it definitely is on its way. It's more so it's like, can it be as big as it was? And even if it's not as big, it will still be, I mean, there's still a chance that it can be great and make a lot of profit and make the fans happy at the same time. Whether or not it could be like Endgame level where like everyone talked about it, that's like only time can tell.
Well, I think that's one of the main reasons that they're bringing back Downey and Chris Evans and everybody too, to get the mainstream audience going, oh, it's just people who don't pay attention to this news all the time. All they see is, oh, they're doing another one with it's a sequel. It's a sequel. They're going to know that it's a sequel.
Yeah.
So anyway, those two movies, those two franchises, Avatar, we'll see. It's still, they could take another shot. We both agree that if they do another one and it doesn't do well, then that's probably, that's the end of it. But Marvel right now, we know what's going on. We're in good shape. Let's see how 2026 pans out before we see anything else. But it looks like by the end of 2026, everybody's going to be pumped up for Marvel again. Now, Star Wars. Star Wars, again, this is just going to be repeating everything that we've been saying because it just is 100% factual at this point. This movie, Mandalorian and Grogu, is you need to, what we just talking about box office. The whole strategy for this is you got to get that fan base excited in order to get people in that theater, to get your budget of that 160 plus the marketing back, so you can make, about $350-400 million, put it back in your bank and walk away. That's what needs to happen. In order to do that, you do have to get the fan base super excited for it. You got to get people pumped about it. And so far, the way that they've been marketing, they're in denial. They're in denial in the fact that's why that Super Bowl commercial was run in a way that this is 2015 and people are hyped up for The Force Awakens. They're not. It's that energy is not there. The trailer that they showed a week later, they should have shown a snippet of that at Super Bowl and then said, go to our official YouTube channel and watch the full trailer. That stupid thing that they did. It's like, okay, great. You had a fun time watching it. And it was, it was significant to the Super Bowl. You're marketing a movie that no one knows about outside of the hardcore fan base.
Yeah. And what I found most interesting about that ad is that I was under the assumption, and I think a lot of people were, that Mandalorian, if not a lot of Star Wars under kind of the Dave Filoni, is trying to get the younger audience. And that's like, not with shade, I'm saying that. I just think like that's kind of what it just seemed like, which is not a bad play at all. You need to get a younger audience involved, and then ideally you get the younger audience, but you keep the older audience, and everyone's happy. But they did an ad that like played to very much to like millennials and Gen X. It was like playing to like the old or like Budweiser commercials. And so like if you were Gen Z or Gen Alpha younger, I would be like, what is this? And it was during the Super Bowl, so I'm like, I don't even know if they're watching it anyways.
They wouldn't get it, but
they wouldn't get it. And so I'm like, who was the ad for?
Well, I think that the way that you could counter that, if you're the marketing team, is saying, well, they don't really need to get it as long as they see Grogu on the thing. We just want people to say, oh, Grogu's got a movie coming out. Great. Grogu's got a movie. That's kind of the idea. But
if you're Gen Z, they're like, they're in their 20s.
I'm with you. But look, the problem with Star Wars right now is Star Wars needs to be cool again. It's not cool.
Yeah.
It's just not. It's like when Mandalorian walks in to, there's a shot from like the one that they showed at Celebration, and he's taken out like old Empire dudes. I'm like, that's cool. Like the stuff that they showed from the first and second season, like that kind of shit. You need that. You got to have that cool Star Wars feel again and get away from the cutesy shit. You can have it in the movie, but get away from that shit because you want to get everybody into the theater. And that's why I've said it and I stand by it. Starfighter is right now the future of this franchise because everything is riding on that movie. Mandalorian can make it can make $200 million and bomb. Star Wars will still have life in it to where it can keep going under the current plan. It can if it makes $75 this movie, you can still go forward with your plan. If Starfighter fails, you have to rethink your entire plan. You've got to change everything. You got to say, okay, we can't do this Kinberg trilogy and go into this. We've got to do something else because what we're doing now isn't working. Starfighter works. Any new seeds that you plant in this movie, you can start to say now, okay, we had a movie star, Ryan Gosling, the guy who did Deadpool and Wolverine, just made us another buttload of money. People are excited and feel like it's Star Wars again. That is what you can do with Starfighter if you add all the little special sauce of what Star Wars does. And I think that you've got a good possibility to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think that it looks really promising. The early reviews look promising too.
Yeah.
And so I'm rooting for that movie because I'm like, just, get new characters in, shake it up, and see what works, and hopefully it's that.
I'm trying to see what the budget is on that movie too.
Oh yeah.
No budget yet, but I bet you it's in the 250 range.
Yeah.
And that's an okay budget to spend on that particular movie because that's going to get the hype with people, like the regular audience member who doesn't know what this movie is or what it is. When that first trailer hits and you're like, oh, Star Wars. Oh, Ryan Gosling's in a Star Wars movie. And then, oh, that was kind of interesting. Oh, there's a lightsaber in it. Oh, okay. This is you got to have that. Now, I think, and I don't understand why they did this. I thought it was the stupidest thing, the two stupid things that they did to try to detach themselves of what Star Wars used to be. They took away the opening crawl, which is one thing, which they never should have gotten rid of. The show always kept the crawl because it's just the essence of what Star Wars is, but that's not as important as this need to move past the classical John Williams themes, right? Now you should have your own score and do kind of what Rogue One did and other things, and like you should have your own feel and flavor to it. But Kevin Kiner did it best in the Ahsoka series. Kevin Kiner did it the best in Rebels. Kevin Kiner did it the best in Clone Wars. He took his own score, his own things, and he moved it together and took a lot of those classic themes. So there were times when you would hear the Jedi theme or even the Darth Vader theme or there's certain themes from the classic Star Wars thing to make you feel, oh yeah, that's right, I'm here. Plus you're giving me new music. That's the kind of thing that they need to do. Obi-Wan dropped the ball completely with the music. Like that show was screaming for that type of feel. When Obi-Wan goes to drop, Kevin Smets made a fan edit of it, and a couple of people did too, but he made a brilliant one where the guy is when Obi-Wan has Leia and he's about to drop and he uses the Force and the Force theme kicks in and the feels and the goosebumps, like, yeah, okay, he's accepting it again. You can use the themes of Star Wars and still feel fresh. So bring the music back. Give us some new music, but bring it back. They won't, but they're trying to make a stance. It's so stupid.
Yeah, that's weird. It's like you have the best music. Just
so
stick
weird.
with it. And it like gets people in a certain mode.
Yeah, get you in the mood. Get you in the Star Wars mood.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
that's like a no-brainer to me too.
The Knights of the Old Republic, that game is brilliant, right?
Yeah.
There are many new themes in that game. A lot of old themes too. And and it was thousands of years ago. It combines it. It just puts you in the mood. It makes you feel like you're in Star Wars. And I think that getting rid of that music was one of the biggest errors that they made. It's like, you can combine it. So I do think that Starfighter will be a major test for them. But I do think that it'll be a success. I think it's going to win.
I do too.
Yeah, I think it's going to make a lot of money. I think it's going to be successful. And I think it's going to start to give them a little bit more confidence. And it'll probably give, the new CEO some more confidence too.
Yeah, of the direction.
But they're going to have to, I still think, Mandalorian and Grogu. What did we say? What did you think? What we talked about the numbers. What do you think the final number on that movie is going to be?
Oh, I forget what I said. Maybe like
you can how do you feel now today?
like maybe like 600.
Oof, if you make 600, I would be very happy if I was Disney.
Yeah.
600 is I think that's a reach. I don't think it's not realistic. I just think it's
Right, because if Fantastic Four made 520 and Star Wars.
Yeah, but this is not a Star. This is a based off, like you said in that article. If you're going to lose a lot of people who are going, I didn't watch that show, so I don't know what that is.
You're also going to gain a lot of people who are like, it's a Star Wars movie. I'm sure I can catch up.
I don't know if Star Wars is there anymore. I don't think it's as.
Globally?
I think there's some people. I think some people. I don't think it's as it doesn't feel like an event anymore. It used to feel like Star Wars coming as an event. Let's go. It's a Star Wars movie. So I'm going to say, I don't know what, I've changed my number a bunch of times, but I'm going to say right now, I'm going to go 540 total, okay, which is a win. Still a win. For, as far as box office goes, not as far as brand goes, but as far as box office goes, but we'll see. We'll see. What do you guys make of it? What do you think about the new challenges for the new Disney CEO? Do you agree with us? Disagree with us? How do you feel they are with Star Wars right now? Is Avatar going to see another one? And is Marvel in good shape, or are we giving them too much credit right now? Put your thoughts in there. Let us know. Okay. So before we move on to the questions today, I got to bring this one up, man, because this was a very, very interesting topic in general today. It looks like Warner Brothers Discovery, which has been right now, they potentially are now opening the idea to Paramount, which is interesting. We'll get into that in just a bit. They released their profits, or I guess loss, their fourth quarter financials rather, and man, look at this number. This is makes sense. So it's like sell. Warner Brothers Discovery lost $252 million in the quarter that everyone decided that they wanted to buy it. It's like, hey, you like my shiny car? It's got no engine. So Tony Maglio over at the Hollywood Reporter writes, the belle of the ball shares its fourth quarter financials. David Zaslav, seen there. Okay. Warner Brothers Discovery reported its fourth quarter 2025 results on Thursday morning, posting total revenue of $9.46 billion and 131.6 million global streaming subscribers. Warner Brothers lost $252 million in Q4. Adjusted EBITDA, earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization was $2.2 billion. Overall revenue was down 6% from the fourth quarter last year, though the number ought to satisfy, hey, where are you going? Get back here. Ought to satisfy Wall Street from an expectations point of view, but no one likes an unprofitable company. Why do you keep doing that to me? Streaming subs rose by 3.5 million from October through December. Advertising revenues dropped 9%, with a loss of the NBA on Turner costing WBD about half of that. This company's studio revenues decreased 13% versus the comparable quarter in 2024, mostly due to lower content sales. Global linear networks revenue dropped 12%. In the prior quarter, Warner Brothers posted a net loss of $148 million on a revenue of $9 billion. Everything was different back then. Netflix buying Warner Brothers was not a public thing, and there were only initial reports of Paramount's interest. In the summer, Paramount was still in the process of transforming into Paramount Skydance. In December, Warner Brothers accepted a proposal to be acquired by Netflix for $83 billion. The agreement was to wait for Warner Brothers to split off and spin off Discovery, and for Netflix to take the WB Studios and streaming business and HBO. Paramount is not letting Warner Brothers go. Following multiple rounds of sweeteners, it seems Paramount may now be in the driver's seat, and Netflix is playing defense. Despite the deal that remains in place, Paramount wants the whole thing. Warner Brothers and Discovery willing to play a premium. The split and spin, which would also send the Turner assets into a Discovery Global standalone company, remains on track as the boards of directors and shareholders sort this mess out. Zaslav would run Warner Brothers, and his current CFO Gunnar if they get Discovery. If Netflix is indeed the boss, there is a standalone Discovery. In a letter to the shareholders, he said, we will not be answering any questions on this topic during our earnings call. Okay, so that might add some weight to the other thing I want to bring up here, because I'm going to stop predicting this one. I'm decent at certain box office predictions and other things. I have been a complete bust when it has come to this story. I was convinced there was no world where Netflix was serious about buying this thing. There was no way it was going to happen. Paramount would get it, and then they announced Netflix is getting it. So I was like, oh, I'm wrong. And then I said, okay, yeah, there's a new deal in place, and Paramount's trying so hard, but it's over. There's no world where they're going to even get close to doing this again. It's over. Netflix is not going to. Netflix is fine. And it looks like now they're thinking about it. So what the hell do I know? Here's the follow-up to that. Warner Brothers apparently is warming to the Paramount new offer, which is crazy to me. It appears the fight for Discovery took a turn after months of failed attempts to woo the company. David Ellison has finally made a strong enough offer that Warner Brothers Discovery has announced that it could become a company superior proposal. The new offer has seen Paramount Skydance proposing a purchase price of $31 a share in cash plus a daily ticketing fee of 25 cents per quarter beginning after September 30th. It's also a $7 billion termination fee payable by Paramount if regulatory roadblocks stop the transaction, and payment by Paramount of the existing $2.8 billion termination fee between Warner Brothers Discovery and Netflix. There are also other obligations and clauses beneficial for Warner Brothers Discovery. Warner Bros. Has made it clear that they've not yet determined whether the revised proposal is superior to the Netflix merger, but today's statement means that they can engage further to determine if they can come to an agreement. If the board determines it is a superior proposal, then Netflix has 4 business days to negotiate, propose any revisions to its own transaction. At present, the board continues to recommend in favor of the Netflix transaction and is not withdrawing or modifying its recommendation. This is kind of nuts. That I still don't understand how that works. I always think that it's kind of shady. It's like, hey, if you agree to a deal with me and we shake hands on it, that's the deal.
Right.
And I don't care if anybody comes in anymore. You agreed, I offered, you agreed, that's it. I don't care if anybody else comes in now. That was what the negotiation part of it was. The negotiation was, okay, they're going to say this. I presented my offer. We're final, right? We're final. Oh, but now they came back and offered more. You can't do that. But apparently you can.
Yeah, I think the whole thing's kind of crazy. I'm with you. I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm fully rooting against Paramount, and I wish that, like, honestly, I wish this wasn't a conversation in general. Like, I'm so sick of these merging companies. If anything, though, for multiple reasons, personally, I'd rather it be Netflix if it has to be anyone, but also just for the landscape of how I view WB, I think that it fits way more in with Netflix. And Paramount, I feel like, would be getting a major win if they got WB, where Netflix is like, it's so good on its own. Like, I watch Netflix the most out of all of them now. They have great originals. They have all the animes they have access to. There's just like a lot of promise within Netflix, and their movies are good. Like, I love Netflix, but I think that WB just fits a little bit more in terms of like its content, and it won't be, I feel like, kind of like downing itself to be in the parent. I don't know, but also I feel like I just don't like the ownership of Paramount, so I have like personal vendetta against it.
Right, which is, I mean, there's a lot to be said there with all of that, right? The first part, as far as after reading that first part of that article, you understand why you say I don't like those merging companies. After hearing those financials, you understand why they're doing what they're doing. They're just not making money. They're losing money. They're making a shit ton. They're just losing money every quarter,
which is crazy. I didn't realize how much money they lost.
I mean, in each quarter, they keep losing.
They're making great movies.
They had a tremendous year, and they still lost money last quarter.
Right,
tremendous year with Sinners and Minecraft and everything, and they still lost money. And
that's wild.
It's crazy. And so, with all that, and because there's just so much more to the engine than just the movies, right? So they're gonna sell it now. To counter your argument a little bit, if you knock out, because if Netflix gets it, and I first of all, I would prefer Netflix to get it myself, but if Netflix gets it, Paramount's going to not really be competition. It's really only going to be Netflix and Disney Apple and Amazon, sure, they'll have movies and stuff that come out, but the two big ones will be Netflix and Disney. Now, some people are saying Netflix is going to kill the theater business and everything too. I think they're kind of showing, at least, maybe it's a ruse, but for now they're showing we're playing with the theaters. I mean, they released Stranger Things for the finale. They're releasing One Piece.
They had K-pop
in a theater. They released K-pop. They're gonna. Ted Sarandos has made it clear that they're going to do windows for these movies depending on performance and stuff too. They are aware of how they're going to run it. So it seems like they aren't going to kill the theatrical. It seems like they want to stick with it. How long that goes and if it's a ruse, I don't know. I don't think it is, but who knows? Paramount getting it would power them up to where it would be Paramount versus Netflix versus Disney. There would be your concern of take out the leadership side of who's over there. Your concern of all these companies kind of just eating themselves into one. Paramount becomes stronger, and then there's more competition out there because Paramount will be the theatrical powerhouse that they always were, even more so now with the Warner Brothers library with it. So, and they'll take everything with it except just those movies. So, that's why I always thought they were going to get it, because they wanted everything. I always thought that's why Netflix only wants bits and pieces of it. Paramount wants the whole kit and caboodle. And now maybe the plan was always make Netflix think that they had it until Paramount would come back with the superior offer. I don't know.
Yeah. But it also just I feel like it's kind of a continuing thing of our generation where it's both bad. It's not great choices for various reasons. And then you're kind of left of deciding what's the lesser of the bad for it. Okay, so if Paramount gets in, it's more, more companies have more say. Then it's okay, but what are they going to do in terms of their content? Are they going to diminish their content based on their political views, or is it going to stay entertainment free? Right.
That's a good question. And I've completely left Universal out of the equation too.
Right.
Forget they have, I guess they have Jurassic Park. They have, they have Universal Studios and everything too, and they've got quite a few things too. So Universal is still in the mix too. But either way, it's going to be interesting. I don't know. I'm not going to make predictions anymore because I don't know what's going to happen.
Right. It's so weird.
I really don't. Okay. What do you guys think? Do you think that Paramount's going to get it? Is this going to be one of the biggest kind of craziest stories, or what? Netflix just going to get it, and we were all right in the first place. Put your thoughts in there. Let us know. All right, Steph, now it's that moment of time. Can you do what you do, come back here, and take out Roxy and Mike? You need to get to 106 to tie, 107 to be in the lead. Let's get Steph Sabraw there. Can we do it? Nathan Drake says, what were the origins of Box Office Breakdown? I love that show. Also, why wasn't Sarah Stretton on the Schmoes show more? Okay, so Box Office Breakdown was
Sarah Stretton.
Totally. So I don't know how much you know. Do you know the origin of Popcorn Talk?
No, a little bit, because I was at AfterBuzz, but not.
What's your? I want to know what you think of the origin was, and I'll tell you if you're on board or not.
I have no idea. I just joined AfterBuzz, and there was 3 different networks within AfterBuzz, including Popcorn Talk. So
when Mark and I joined, we were, we used Kevin and Maria's studio. They're very kind to let us use the studio, and they let us go live, and we put it on our channel. And it wasn't part of AfterBuzz. They just let us record there, and then we had to, we formed a network with Kevin, and that was the Popcorn Talk Network. And so we met over at Kevin's house, and we were going over the shows that we were going to do. And I presented a bunch, and I was doing Jedi Council at the time. And I said, we should do a Star Wars show. I said, I can't host it because I'm hosting a show over at, at AMC right now. I'm not able to do a Star Wars show. And I don't, minus Schmoes know, I don't really know how many of these I could really host. But I think we should do that. We should not just do a comic book show. We should do a Marvel show and a DC show. We should do a Marvel news, and we should do a DC news. So we should find the right host for it. I met with Roxy Mike and Johnny LaQuasto at a Starbucks, and I said, I think you guys would be great. I put the first teams I put together on all those shows. I put them together. Matt Key from Marvel Movie News. I think they went out and found Coy. I didn't know Coy at the time. And then it was what was the other one? Oh, the one with Alicia and Scott. Profiles was Scott Mantz, and we did that show. Movie Fights actually started on, I think, Popcorn Talk for a little bit too, until they moved it back over to Screen Junkies. And then there was, I'm trying to think the other ones that we did. There were quite a few, but Box Office Breakdown came because I was taking Schmo's personalities. Oh, Top 10 was another one that we were going to do, and we didn't do it on Popcorn because instead we moved it over to the Schmo's thing instead, and that's why, because we met it was going to be the original cast of Top 10 was going to be on the Popcorn Talk Network, and it was going to be Matt Nose, Roca, and Allison Hayslip. That was the original cast, and Allison was going to be the lead host. And then it just wouldn't work with Allison's schedule and everything, so she couldn't do it. So I was like, you know what? Let's just move that over, and we did it. And then Box Office Breakdown came about because I wanted to put JTE and Finstock on it. They had such a great chemistry, and they were characters on the show. But I was like, I don't know if they're going to be able to host it on their own. And then Sarah, I knew from the AfterBuzz stuff, and I was like, and she had come on to the Schmo show a few times, and I was like, let's get you on and be a host. And she did, and she worked well with them. As far as why she was on Schmo's, her schedule, I tried to get her on millions of times, and I was going to make her a big part of the Schmodown as a manager. She was going to be like our Miss Elizabeth. And we had major plans for Sarah Stratton, and we talked for a while. Sarah was going to be one of the biggest managers in the Schmodown, but her schedule was just not able to do it. So that's why. So there's a little
lore.
There's a little lore for you. All right, Michael D. So did Mike fumble the bag with Penny interview, or are you going to keep us in suspense? It wasn't as much of a fumble. It was like, I'm telling you, it made me feel like the way that I would prepare if I was preparing. If you guys told me that I had gotten an interview with Julia Roberts, and I'm like, okay, I gotta make sure I got everything on my ducks in a row, and then I'm like, although I think I'd be able to ask questions. Mike was like, but in that picture I showed though, he's kind of, where is he? He seems like he's on his game, right there. But he really was just, he was like a kid in a candy shop. He really was.
I like how there's the bike with the toilet paper.
Oh, was that that
Did
one?
you see it? The corner.
Oh yeah. We got to name that thing. Mr. ND Fanatic. Let's do it. Shout out to PLD and Saul being in the Discord hangout session yesterday. Great conversation, and damn, he made us actually LOL. Dog got my bang. Saul's the best. Saul's hilarious. Did how many people are in that Discord right now? We're still trying to get to 200, right? Let's get to 200. Let's do it.
I think they said there was just a few away
from 200
at the beginning of the stream. Yeah.
All right, let's see. Okay, next one. Johnny Patrizia. I've been waiting for the 90s X-Men to get some love in the big screen since I saw Cyclops in the blue and yellow. It has me hopeful. Yeah, I think they're going to start to really, because this is Kevin Feige's real first shot at the X-Men.
Yeah. I think so many of us are excited for the X-Men. Yeah.
Okay, next one. Johnny. Besides Karrion Kross, who have you met through Matt Serra? Oh, man. I had a chance. Went through virtual and everything, too. Frank Mir, GSP, Kendall Grove. Let's see. So many people. He's just had Rodrigo Gracie on there, which is awesome. Alec Quinta. Who else? There's so many people that I've met through him since we started. Dean Thomas, who I love. Dean's awesome. What a cool dude he is. Keith Jardine. I had Keith Jardine on because of Matt. I know I'm missing more people, but there's tons of people that I've met through Matt, and it's been pretty great. Okay, let's see. Wiley, do you like the Eagles, the band? I was never a massive Eagles guy. You, Steph?
Yeah, my dad liked the Eagles, so I like the Eagles.
Okay. D Johnson, support. Thank you, Greenie.
Thank you.
I don't know who Derek is. Johnny Patriza, please, please, please have Penny on as a regular.
Jeez, guys.
Let's see how the interview does.
Right.
If the interview does really well, and that's not for me. That's not for me saying. That's more of saying if the interview does really well and you guys watch the clips on the Clips channel and you guys watch the interview and you're commenting and you're liking everything too, and the interview does really well, and then I send it back to her people going, hey, they really liked her. We'd love for her to come on and do a 5-minute bit on the show about, her picks for movies that she's seen. So, but I'm not going to be able to do that unless you guys watch the interview. So please watch the interview. Kristian Unpronounceable. 5 more people until 200 in the Discord. Did they hit 200? 195 still. Come on, guys. 5 of you. Just join the Discord. It's right. Put the link in the description, guys. For it. Let's do it. 30, Steph. Building. 30.
Nice.
Jeremy Aldridge. I want to start an MCU watch with y'all, but notice the playlist is missing a few. First 2 caps and a few more. Where could I find those? First 2 caps? Oh. Can Luke or PLD, can you guys just add those to the playlist? Because we did them. You might just want to search with it, but we should put it in the playlist. Luke will probably, if Luke hears it, he can fix that pretty fast. Luke, we just got to put the first 2 caps and a few more. Can you tell us which ones are missing? Because they all should be in there. Because we had a problem even with this show. Luke puts all the information and puts everything in there, and PLD goes in there, and I know that it gets lost sometimes. And I just said we just got to make sure that each video is in a playlist, because I know so many people find things from playlists, and sometimes in the beginning when we started doing this, not as much anymore, we forgot to put certain things in playlists. But Luke's adding the cat movies right now. But if there are other ones that are missing, let us know which ones so we can add them. Greenie from Oz, disappointed about Mike flaking out. Mike didn't flake out. He said he did plenty of content research. He said he had that covered or wrapped. No, he didn't. He definitely didn't flake out. ZB 73. Is there a role for Penny in the pilot now? Not in the pilot. We asked her about mainstream acting, and her answer was crazy as far as like why, because she said she was interested in it, but why she feels like she wouldn't be able to do it. And I'll let you guys answer. We couldn't believe. I thought the answer. I said, there's no way. But I'll wait.
Okay.
But the pilot, no. But this is why it's so hard. I want it to go into a series, because you could see my character interviewing an adult film actress, right?
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. And even if not, something you could write for her. She's a very different perspective than I think when you listen to her. I think that you would think a lot differently of what your expectation is from other adult film stars, at least in my opinion. I'm curious to what other people think. Johnny Patriza, has Steph found out what she's having? Oh yeah, I'm having a girl. Hell yeah. So excited. That's amazing. I would have been happy either way, but like I just am excited that I get to be excited about. Me too. I'm excited to hear all about her. So it'd be great. She's gonna be sassy. Yeah, she already is. I'm sure. Greenie from Oz, keen as on your TV show. Okay, all the best with it. Thank you, man. Yeah, like I said, we've got this call on Tuesday, which again, after this Tuesday, I won't be. I'm gonna try to make sure that they're not scheduled on that Tuesday. And I ask you guys to just bear with me, because there's gonna be a couple shows that I'm gonna have to miss, but it's gonna be worth it so I can get this campaign out to you all. And then when we do announce everybody who's involved, that's going to be like a very exciting day for me. So, Sig Judge, I'll always go, but wow, the last few reveals each. I think he's talking about Scream. Oh, yeah, okay. Scream. Nathan Drake, did Mike give her any titles of his favorite movies with her? No, he didn't give titles, but the beginning is incredible of the interview. Like, I can't wait. The beginning is incredible. This whole saga actually got accomplished fairly quickly. It did, but has been very fun. It did, and we talked about how that all came to be, and this is why I always tell people how, as much as I hate social media, it's very powerful. And I said, if we're talking about certain people and you guys tweet out at them, shit happens. It's what it used to happen during schmo stuff all the time. We used to do
For
we did a tweet a celebrity thing. I mean, even during Collider, people were tweeting at Freddie Prinze Jr. He said, "Stop tweeting me. I'll do the show." And that's how I became friends with Freddie. So there are if you do that and you use the social to say, "Hey, so and so, we'd love for you to go on the show and talk to someone." It just shows an interest in it. And it goes, "What is this?" Because there's so much shit out there. There's so much content. She made a great point about that, by the way. You know how we talk about how the movie space is oversaturated? And it's someone just mentioned earlier, if you do like a Star Wars show today, the chances of it being found are very slim, right? Think about how much porn there is on the internet.
Right.
And how it because we asked about the awards and stuff. And I was curious if it really does mean something in the same way that the Oscars do. And our answer was it's with everything that's out there in the fact that you can get recognized, whatever profession it is, with how much content there is for that business.
Iconic.
The movie space pales in comparison how much stuff of the internet is out there. So I mean, it was a really good point. I'm saying it was very informative. It really was.
Yeah, that's so true.
Armada. So you're telling me Mike didn't go full Lipton? No, he definitely didn't. James Lipton, no.
Do you talk about OnlyFans?
She talks about it briefly. Yeah.
Okay, because I'm curious if she's doing both.
So you'll see the answer to that.
Okay.
Greenie from Oz. Don't forget to channel your inner Jack Nicholson and Mel Gibson when you're acting in front of your TV show mate. Can't go wrong there. Yeah, I don't think my character would has that type of energy. But he's but there's definitely inspirations from other people that I'll be taking for sure. Johnny Patrizia, would Matt Serra react to Mankind versus Undertaker Hell in a Cell match with you? That's hilarious. I know he's not really into it, but that'd be interesting. It's a great suggestion. The full match I can find out where it's available. That'd be hilarious to watch that with him. Yeah, because he respects. He's doing Stephanie McMahon's podcast soon.
Oh, cool.
We were supposed to go during this blizzard, but obviously that didn't happen. So we were scheduled for sometime in March. But he respects it. He's just not into it. What's up, Brandon? That Mandalorian and Grogu Super Bowl didn't sit well with my spirit. I don't understand why they honestly thought, "Hey, we should do this," because they don't understand the time period they're in. And I'm telling you, people say, "Oh, it's not Filoni, it's the marketing team." And too, of course, the marketing team is the one having suggestions. He's got a major say in it. He lives in a world where he thinks Star Wars is as relevant as it was 10 years ago. It's not. He needs to wake up. And that's why they did an ad like that. Oh, we don't need to show a trailer right now. Everybody's excited. It's Star Wars. Everyone's going to see it. No, they're not. And if you piss people off with that stupid ad, you're going to hurt it even more. And that's what they did. Gopal just saw it confirmed that Sadie Sink will be Jean Grey. Confirmed? I saw a report, but I don't think it's confirmed. Can you give me let's see if that's
I'm gonna look.
Sadie Sink confirmed as Jean Grey. No, it's all rumors. I don't see it confirmed. Cryptic Force says no. Reportedly rumors. I don't see any confirmed. So no confirmed yet, unless you see an article that combats that. But I don't see any confirmation on that. Gopal follows it up. Has Cameron made anything other than Avatar in the last 30 years? Well, when was Titanic? Titanic was 90. Yes, Titanic was 96, about 30 years ago, right? That's crazy. 97. So he did he did the last one before that was Titanic. Then he was going undersea looking at the real Titanic for like 15 years, and then he made Avatar. Greenie from Oz. Can't get over the hard state of WWE nowadays. The amount of wasted talent, LA Knight, Finn Balor, Drew Mack. At this point, I could book better than Triple H. Yeah, look, I can't speak as educated about it anymore like I used to, because I've bailed on it since that stupid ESPN deal. Since that ESPN deal happened, and they make me pay extra now to find the pay-per-views or find the PLEs, I'm just not. I don't have the patience to look for it. And I tried signing up once. Like, yeah, but if you pay an extra $6, like, nah, I'm good. I'm all right. So I don't really know enough about it to even say what. All I hear is people are just not happy right now with the product. R.L. Jensen, Kristian, were you able to tell Penny how her name came about in the show? I'm a new member. Love to all. Looking good stuff. Yeah, I did. I did mention to her. I told her up top, like because we were talking about, in the topics, how all these names just started coming up when Mike and I started discussing the adult film industry and how everybody started throwing names. And I said the name that kept appearing the most in the chat was Penny Barber. And then I told her that for sure. Bobo Baggins, I feel validated after that Star Wars article, feeling validated after that Star Wars article. I feel validated after that Star Wars article. Is that did you just say it? It's like in that scene in Goodfellas. I'm gonna go get the papers. Go get the papers. Yeah, me too. Because we've been saying it, right? It's like this goes back to my point where the two sides of things. I saw so many videos, Steph, of the Everybody Loves Star Wars crew. That's like, what are you talking about? This is so much fun. It was the best. It's like, no, come on. You're okay. You can be a Yankees fan and say, they shouldn't have started that guy at first base. Drop the ball. You can still be a fan. It's okay to do that. But you got both sides of it, and then everybody that hates Star Wars is going to hate it anyway. But it's okay in the middle to say it wasn't good. It made no sense for what it did. But I saw so many people. It was fun. It was fun. So much fun. Shut up. Edit the movies. Mike, Mommy Kalinowski, can't wait for the Penny Barber bit. That's my favorite. That's my favorite moment of the entire thing.
That will be legendary.
That's my favorite moment of the whole thing. Where and the way that she does it, and the way it's like she does a spell on him because he doesn't hesitate. He doesn't hesitate.
Yes, ma'am.
No, mommy. He called her mommy. So it's hilarious. Mike Joyce, Kristian, you following Punch the Monkey Saga? No idea what that is. You know what that is?
Of Kristian, this has been my life.
I have no idea what that is.
I went into like a 20-minute. Essentially, there's a monkey named Punch. Oh. He's at a zoo in Japan.
Punch or Punch?
Punch. His name is Punch. He's a baby monkey. At birth, his mother disowned him and was like, I don't claim you. And since then, Punch has had a horrible time at this zoo, and other monkeys have bullied him, and he just like can't find his way in. It's like been the most heartbreaking thing on the internet. Like people like me are like, I'm going to get my flight. I'm going to go in heist style and steal Punch. He deserves better. And all that the zoo has given him is a stuffed orangutan, which Punch now is like, that's his only friend. And he'll like literally sit him next to himself and stare at him and have conversations and drag him with him. But as of recently, there's been a positive turn. Some monkeys are starting to claim him and play with him. So fingers crossed.
They see he's getting camera time now. The monkeys.
Yeah, right. They're like, this is a celebrity.
Yeah. Interesting. No, I never heard about that.
Yeah, so he has a friend now.
3 seconds ago. Seattle KO, support for Steph. There you go. Steph's at 37. Come on, guys. Let's get her to that 10. She needs 70 more to tie. 70 more. No, 70 more to be in the lead. Excuse me. Track stars. Speaking of Netflix, Steph, will you be reviewing Bridgerton season 4 part 2 since it got released today? And there's some support for
Yes, hell yeah. But I'm just waiting till Sunday. So Sunday on my stream, I'm gonna do spoiler talk with everyone. So I gave everyone a warning.
Yeah.
Strap in, get caught up.
There you go. All right, let's see. Next one. After that, right now, again, currently sits at 38. Next one. Orca 447. I think predicting which will be the biggest movie of the year is not as easy before. I don't think anyone saw Barbie, Inside Out 2, and Zootopia 2 being the biggest films of the last 3 years. I'm going to argue against the Inside Out 2 and Zootopia 2. I think you can easily, anytime those types of movies, those sequels, you could put it in contention where it could be one of the biggest movies of the year. And at one point I said, I think that, Zootopia 2 will beat Avatar. And someone said I was crazy. But Barbie doing what it did against, Oppenheimer and everything too, that was definitely a surprise of how well that movie did and how much money it made for sure. I think you're right there, but I don't know if it's, I still think if you're having those conversations with Zootopia 2 and Inside Out 2 are coming out, you'll put them in contention. So let's go through this stuff. Let's go through the movies that are coming out, right? And you'll tell me, out of the movies I list, what do you think has a shot to be the biggest movie of the year, right? So I'm going to go away from Scream 7. We're going to go into I'll mention The Bride. If anything stands out, I just want you to pick 3 out of the ones that I mentioned. I want you to pick 3, and if you think those 3 have contention of being the biggest of the year. If you pick 5, you pick 5, but I'm gonna mention all of them.
Okay.
The ones that I think are in the conversation, or maybe could do a lot of money, even like Project Hail Mary, Super Mario Brothers, The Mummy.
So I'm picking my top 3.
You can pick 3 to 5.
Okay.
3 to 5.
Okay.
Michael, Devil Wears Prada 2, Mortal Kombat 2. Let's see.
What do you think of that trailer really quickly?
I liked it. I thought it was fun.
I thought it was fun too.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's gonna be any good, but enough to where we'll see. Mandalorian, Grogu,
right? Okay.
Masters of the Universe, Disclosure Day, Scary Movie 6, Toy Story 5, Supergirl, Minions and Monsters, Moana, The Odyssey, Spider-Man, Super Troopers 3, Paw Patrol, Air Bud Returns, Coyote vs. Acme. Let's see, Practical Magic 2. Let's see, Digger, Street Fighter, Clayface, Dr. Seuss Cat in a Hat, Godzilla -0, Hunger Games, Fokker-in-Law, Violent Night 2, Jumanji 3, Avengers Doomsday. So any of those that I said that stand out, like, okay, I think those can be in contention.
Immediately Super Mario.
Yes. Agreed.
Doomsday.
Agreed.
Godzilla always does pretty good, but because it's the minus franchise and not like the big monster Kong versus Godzilla, I don't know. I'm really excited about it. I know
Me too.
you are.
I am too.
But like so not sure, just has that big name, the Godzilla, and has the worldwide viewership going on. Probably I think Devil Wears Prada or Disclosure have a good chance of
that being the biggest movies of the year.
No, not the biggest.
I'm just saying within. So the 5 or 6 that we're picking in it could be in contention to being like some of the biggest movies box office for the year.
Oh, right? Odyssey, yep.
Odyssey, definitely. Spider-Man, Brand New Day.
Yeah.
Minions and Monsters always has a shot. Minions always has a shot. Like, I wouldn't count. That's kind of the same conversation we just talked about with the guy where he's like
Minecraft.
Yes, that could always do well. If it does well, wouldn't be surprised. Toy Story could wind up doing that kind of money if it's good, right? Toy Story has a good shot of being one of those massive movies. I never bet against the kids' movies ever, because there's always a shot. So that's really, and Michael's got a shot to be a huge movie too.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think Odyssey
is another one. Yep.
Super Mario.
Yep.
Doomsday.
Super Mario, Doomsday,
Spider-Man.
Yep. And Moana, the live action Moana.
Right. Yeah, that has a shot. Definitely.
Yeah. So again, a lot of kids movies, and the kids movies are always the closest ones to get to the billions for sure. Okay. Let's see. Have you seen Punch the Monkey? So Cute, Love Him. Yes, I've just heard about him. Second time now. David Jordao. I think the problem with the multiverse saga is that the multiverse doesn't serve as a MacGuffin, where the Infinity Stones fit the role perfectly. Agreed. That's why the films feel more disconnected. I don't disagree with that. And I think that that's kind of what they're going to try to do here, and what the Russos are going to try to fix up. And that's why I think it's going to be a direct sequel to Endgame more so than anything else. Jeremy Aldridge also couldn't find first 2 Guardians: Homecoming, Far From Home, Iron Man 2 and 3. Thank you for all you do. Love the show and y'all. So the first 2 Guardians. So Luke, do you see that list? I'll screenshot it for you if you don't have it. So if we can put that in there, all of those we did. The first Guardians, unfortunately, because of stupid recording at the time, it's like the end of it's like the end of the reaction. So Luke will add those in there. But thank you for letting us know. It's very helpful. Very, very helpful. And Luke's actually fitting together that whole playlist. Very nice. Johnny Patriza, my little girl turned 2 yesterday. Happy birthday. And the sass is unbelievable. Bossing around our 6-year-old brother with confidence. It's crazy. Yeah. The youngest kid will do that.
I know. I kind of like hope our first girl she's already running a tight ship. So I'm like, just be the boss. Like,
yep.
Down with that.
Yep. Johnny Patriza, will you be going with Matt to Steph's podcast? Do you think she'll remember you? I am going to be going, and no, I don't think she's going to remember me. Although I think she'll pretend to.
Keep it cordial.
Yeah, I think when I say, I worked for you for like, what was it, like over 2 and 3 months, whatever it was. We'll see. Maybe she does, maybe she doesn't. But we'll certainly find out. Armada, the world needs more Sean Maroney. I love that picture. This is Sean Maroney. Sean Maroney.
That's funny.
So Luke says they can check now. All the movies are in order, just moving around the series in order as well. But all the movies are in there now.
Nice, okay, Luke.
Hey, Luke's crushing it. Greenie from Oz. Cheers, folks. First time watching live in a while. It's a good time to do it. Good time to do it, man. Steph.
Hi.
Yeah. 42. Come on, Steph. 42. Punch will eventually become the new Caesar.
And I will be on his side as I was with Caesar.
We got 1, 2, 3, 4 left until we're going to sign off. Come on, guys.
That's a franchise I could easily come back and I would be like,
because the last
in the theater.
Yeah, the last one did good.
Yeah,
didn't do great, did good. So, what episode are you on with Sam on GOT currently? So you like real time where you guys haven't seen it yet? Because the episodes, season 4, episode 3 and 4 will drop tomorrow. We are on, I think we're on episodes. I think we just finished 6 of season 5. So we're gonna finish up the series this week. Yeah, we're gonna finish up the series this week, I think. The season.
Okay, I was like,
the season. Sorry.
Damn.
Look at that picture. I love that picture.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
That's absolutely hilarious. Ian, enjoyed the fan mail question segment from yesterday's show. Think you will do that again in the near future? Yes, I do. I think that I'm going to wind up doing that because Kevin Smets will be joining the show 2 Wednesdays out of the month starting in March.
Oh, cool.
So I think on days that he's not on, the Wednesdays that he's not on, that I'm doing shows, I'll probably do that format. I think that'll kind of, because we're trying to find formats for each show, right? Like Monday is really the heavy news thing with me and John, talk radio style. Tuesday is a circus with Roxy, myself, and Mike. And then Wednesday will be that mailbag type thing. Thursday, we have like a laid back kind of show. We just got to figure out a little bit because we'll do like 1 or 2 stories moving forward, like the big ones. Like we did like 3 today or whatever it was. That I don't want to just cover a story to cover a story. I want to cover stories we want to talk about. John Hendo. I love a lot of the Scream films. I'm seeing 7 tonight, but unfortunately I got the big reveal spoiled for me. It sounds stupid. I don't know what the big reveal is, but I don't like that it sounds stupid. Buckeye, A Night of the 7 Kingdoms was so good. So good. Did you watch it yet, Steph?
No, okay, so we just finished Banshee. I had to focus. I had so many things to do.
Okay.
So that's next on our list. And yeah, we have Bridgerton tonight, but this weekend we're diving in.
You're gonna power into it. It's half an hour episodes, except
I know. That's what I was kind of looking forward to. That I could just probably finish that in the weekend.
Easily. And it's so good.
I'm so excited. I'm so glad it's good.
You'll love it because the guy's just a really good dude.
And people love the little egg kid.
Oh, they love that kid. You're gonna love that kid.
I know. I can't wait. I love his interviews, and he's just a really cutie star.
He's really good. All right. Looks like that's it for now, Steph.
Okay.
All right. So 42. Right now, looks like we've got Roxy and Mike in the driver's seat for now. But you never know. Look, I've seen you come back right before about to sign off. So why don't you give us a plug? What's going on in the channel? What's happening on
you? Next week we're going to be filming. This is exciting if you know anything about pregnant women. I don't have many cravings, but I've been really wanting a cinnamon roll. And I hear there's the best new cinnamon roll restaurant or like place to go in LA. So I'm going to have that episode next week. But this Sunday, Bridgerton watch. So get locked and loaded.
We do have a few more that came in, so maybe you're doing what you do. Maybe they're going to keep you sticking around for a little bit longer. We shall see. Brandon comes back in firing. Said a night of the 7. Oh, we did that one already. Sorry.
Yep.
Go, pal. What did you think of Banshee season 4?
I thought it was really great. I was wondering where they were gonna go with it, and then I was like, oh, this is solid. Like, I feel like some of the writing I prefer in the first and second season, but I liked the stories and the character arcs of the fourth season. All around, it's like it's a great show. And it's a show where you're like, oh, every one of the actors should be stars. Job is my favorite character. If you guys have seen it, I think that actor should be in everything. Like, he is. I know he was in Warrior. You watched Warrior, right, Kristian? The fighting show on.
No, I didn't watch it. I heard it was good.
Oh, you would love it.
I know. I heard it was good. It was really
good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, everyone talked. Dennis used to tell me how much I would love that show. And
you would love it.
Yeah, I never got a chance to. I think I started watching. I started watching what and I finished episode 1. It was Peaky Blinders. I had never seen that before.
Oh, okay. We had just talked about how we just like fell through the cracks on that.
Yeah.
Did it set you up pretty quick on episode 1? Okay.
Yeah, I like episode 1 a lot.
Okay.
I'm definitely I know myself well enough that I'm gonna watch this show.
Can you compare it to anything else? Like, what's the vibe?
Yeah, not yet. I mean, it's just like an old school, like gangster, like old school gangster thing, but it's like with the Irish, and the Peaky Blinders are this crew that they were ex-military that came back and started kind of running shop, the Peaky Blinders, and they get them in the first episode. He gets himself into some shit with and Sam Neill is like this cop, and basically the end of the episode is him realizing he can spin this in his favor. And so I'm very curious to how it goes. I'm very much locked into it. I'm gonna watch the whole thing.
Okay.
For sure. I am Two Fly Camp. Ryan Gosling in Star Wars gives me no excitement. I like Gosling, but he's just going to play himself like the usual. Nothing in Star Wars excites me right now, sadly. Well, that's where they are right now. I don't think that's unfair for you to say, but it's on them to say, all right, if there's enough hype around it, right? I Am Two Fly Cam, you might say, all right, enough people are saying this is not a bad movie. I'll go check it out. And then it's on them to switch that opinion on you and get you excited again. They have to get people excited again. But Super Bowl ads on beer commercials that are 30 years old is not the way to go. If you want to get people excited about it, you're not America's pastime anymore. You still think you are. You're not. You've got to get the fans back on board. And if this has the hype behind it, then maybe that gets you back in the theater and you will get excited for Gosling. And I think Gosling being in Star Wars is a good thing, personally.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
Yeah. Buckeye 725. The scene with Egg and his dad at the end hit me in the dad feels was my favorite scene in the show. It was a good one. Leslie 266. Do you think HBO will take forever for Night of the Seven Kingdoms season 2? I don't. I think because they're shorter episodes. I feel like they're already starting to go in production, right? I think that they know that this show has to go, and the goal, at least what I heard or read, was that they want to put these out every year. And if you want to put
sense.
Yeah, if you want to put them out every year, you're not going to take forever and do it.
Especially if you have a little kid as your main.
Yes, but
one of your main characters.
The good news is that it allows him to grow up. The story of where it goes.
Okay, cool.
Because
he's at that age where he's about to.
Yeah, but I know what happens or where the character goes, right? Because I've read enough about the character he's playing to know what happens to him. So what the creator says that they want to do various seasons of him little or younger, and then they want to do various seasons of him with the same actor older. So they said they want to go like 10 or 15 seasons.
They're like, we like this kid.
Yeah. I mean, he's really talented, the kid. Go, pal. Banshee season 4 felt different, but still good.
Yes. Completely agree.
All right. Here we go. Second time I'm saying it. We'll see. Last one for now. Justin Bishop. Big support, guys. I love the show. Thank you, man.
Thanks, Justin.
Really appreciate the constant support from all of you guys. As you get to 49, still it's a good fight, Steph. Good fight. And Johnny Patriza, Pokemon turns 30 on the 27th. That's pretty nuts. Did you collect anything growing up? It was after my time. Also, have you heard anything new about a live action movie? No, didn't the last live action movie do okay? I thought it did okay. I'm surprised it didn't. Let me see what that is.
Yeah, I thought with Justice.
Yeah.
Justice.
Pokemon movie box office live action. Let's see how it did. It grossed over 433 million worldwide against a $150 million budget, making the second highest grossing video game at the time. 144 million domestically and 289 million. It's pretty good. I'm surprised I didn't do another one. The Detective Pikachu movie. I like that movie. Thought it was cute. Did you see it?
Yeah, I really like that movie.
It was cute.
Yeah.
Michael D. Jonathan Majors just announced he's starring in a live action or an action film for the Daily Wire produced by Ben Shapiro. You know, look, the guy's an actor. It's his job. So if he's gonna find work where he's gonna find work.
I think it's crazy, honestly. Like, people have done so many crazier things that are still working. Like, the industry should not be blackballing him for long. Like, especially like now it's been like a few years where it's not like he consistently, like Shia LaBeouf is a person who will work easily. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, and that's crazy because that's consistent years of crazy shit.
Right.
Whereas Jonathan Majors had one really bad incident, and it's like, he already lost Marvel. Like, I don't know, like how much we keep banging it out.
You know what that is? People are so scared of the internet. That's
right. It's
like the social media. I mean, the studios are so scared of what the pushback it's going to get, and what their shareholders are going to say, and what this is going to happen if this happens. And they're like that. There's other actors in there. We don't need to take the risk. Is what it's going to take a lot of, and not just Jonathan Majors, a bunch of different people. So he's an actor, and he's gonna get, and he's looking for work.
That just sucks. He has to go there. I just hope that can change because he's a great actor.
I wonder how the movie's gonna be. So, well, that's another thing to look at. It's like, as you said before with Paramount, can you make a movie, no matter what your political side of it is? If it's a good movie, it's a good movie. You know, it's like and on the same argument, Steph, right? It's like you won't see the movie because who's involved. But what if it's a really good movie and has nothing to do with politics? It's like the same argument. It's the same argument. It's like
it's like he's producing it. That's fine. But it's like, yeah, it is like, what is the involvement? Because so far within what I know of Ben Shapiro, he has like an inability not to make everything divisive and political.
Yeah, I don't know how it's going to work. I'm just trying to play devil's advocate where, like, if he's able to separate it, and it's just a movie, and you can't tell any political, thoughts or anything, it's just a movie, then and anybody should be able to see it, and anybody should go and check it out. Buckeye, best advice for new parents: have dad throw a diaper party, and you'll save a fortune. Have people aim for sizes 1 to 3. Also, bedtime routine at 6 months will be your best friend. He's right.
Oh, we're doing bedtime routine as soon as she hits like a weight, that a certain weight. So it'll be like, honestly, like 8 weeks. We're going to start knowing that it's not going to be implemented ASAP, but I'm so about a routine. Yeah. But yeah, we have diapers on our registry. That's a huge thing, but a diaper party is a good idea.
BK Abro was watching Camping Show, and Mance came up, and they also did the voice. Good to know everyone does it. Was it Jonathan that did the voice? Because I'll shake my fist as he watches this video right now. I'll shake my fist and say gimmick infringement, because it means he took it because we do it on the show. Was it Jonathan? Who did the voice? I want to know who did the voice. If it was Jonathan, then I'm shaking my fist. And it's hilarious that they do it, because Mance is the best. Oh, Campy did it. Okay. All right. I am Two Flight Camp. Congrats to Jonathan Majors' big return. Yikes. Let's see the movie. See what kind of movie they're making. Armada AYT. Hot Mike might interview Sherry DeVille. Is that true? Is it gonna? Is everybody now? Look, Steph, we become trendsetters.
Wow.
We become trendsetters.
Okay.
If that's look, my thing is this. We had just a great conversation with someone who's in the adult entertainment industry, and like people right away, like, wait a minute, you're having like, when did it turn into this kind of show? What kind of show? There's someone who's working in the industry that's doing stuff, and we talk to him as a human being. What's different than me talking to Harrison Ford about what he does? What's the difference besides what they do? So that'd be great if they talked to Sherry DeVille and had the same things and had some conversations. Like, I look at some of these interviews that some of these people have, and it's like they you see some of these guys, their eyes like, can you tell me about the time? And it's like, what are you doing? Just talk to them like they're human beings. More support for Steph, says Boston lady.
Thank you.
LJ Films S1. Was great to chat on the member stream. Game of Thrones reaction are amazing. Thank you, LJ. Steph, congrats on the future channel. Keep up the great work. I love the streams. For people, again, this is I want to reiterate this. The member streams are for all you guys. There's so many new members for you guys. We have so many new members now, and we have so many new things for you guys, whether it's the unedited reactions, all these different things. But we do this member stream, and PLD always posts. Everybody who's a member, you can submit questions, and sometimes you guys don't respond to it, and like respond to it. Even if you're not on the member stream, your question will get asked, and then anybody who's a $5 member or patron and over can literally join the stream with a video call and join and ask a question on video. So, and at a certain tier, you can join for the whole podcast and be a co-host. So I would recommend taking advantage of that. 57, Steph, is this a comeback possibility? Can you hit 50 more
50
questions
more in the next few minutes?
We'll see. Bobby, Sarah always came off as the nicest and most genuine person, especially dealing with Finstock. She was a sweetheart. I love Sarah.
She's so great.
Sweetheart.
Well, Roxy has a lot of great friends, but that's one of my faves.
Yeah, and then because you kind of came out of nowhere. I was like, because when I was hanging out with Roxy in the beginning, was Sarah was hosting a lot of the stuff, and we, like I said, we were going to make her a big part of the Schmodown. And then towards the end, like 2019, I was like, who's this Steph Sabraw lady? Who is this lady?
Yeah, I wasn't there at the beginning of AfterBuzz. No. It wasn't until like 2017, so that makes sense.
Yeah, and
that was my first hosting.
Okay.
Ish, like first year.
How'd they find you? I don't even know.
I just found it. I moved to LA. I had like 3 jobs, like classic. And in that month, I found AfterBuzz randomly on my algorithm, and then I just applied. And then
that's great.
The only thing I had done before that was I worked at a news station, so it was totally new to me.
Isn't that funny how that works out?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Crazy.
All right, let's see another one. Nathan Drake, did Steph see the Gina Carano Daily Wire movie? I doubt it. No.
There's a totally difference in the acting that I believe of those two.
Of what? Of
Jonathan Majors.
Of course. Of course. All right, here's another one. 59. Armada, AYT. My favorite Photoshop from Schmo's days was JTE and empty Chili's. I still have that photo saved somewhere. You got to send it to me. I have so many great ones. The best was him as the dinosaur. After the dinosaur flub when he did the tri
I can't believe how many iconic moments JT has provided.
Oh my God. I mean, he was like what Mike is with soundbites. He's like a professional like house sitter or like dog, and he does really well.
Like house management.
Yeah, house management.
That could be a really great lifestyle.
He's doing really, really well for himself.
Yeah.
So the other thing that he did, which is one of my favorite things ever, what we used to do with him is, see, you know what I loved about him? He really got like as I started out the show here today, of people who don't really get what we do. Like I grew up listening to Howard Stern and like being able to play off of people's camaraderie and fun, like busting chops and stuff too. Like that's what Schmoes was. Not everybody on our show got it and didn't take it, and not everybody let it roll off their shoulders, right? JTE let it roll off his shoulders. JT knew the assignment. JT knew when he came in as the intern, he's like, okay, I'm comic relief. And he came in and he played into it. And we did one where I don't remember why, but we did the dun, 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 and he would wave his hands like this in the air. And it was one of the funniest things. It would crack me up, but he knew the assignment and he knew how to play it. And he always played into it. He was one of the best characters on the show for sure. Nathan Drake, did Steph see? Oh, you did that one already. Okay. Cool as a dry pickle. What happened to Tina? I liked her. I like Tina too. I'm going to do the John Wick stuff today after this show. I'm sending her. She sent me her avails. I'm sending her when I can have her record some stuff, and then I'm going to have her come in and do it. I got to get Tina back. Nathan Drake, Didn't Finstock say JT was washing cars now? I don't think he's washing cars. I don't know what he's doing. Coolest Dry Pickle, excited for Kevin on the Wednesday show. Me too. And then
me too.
Last one for now. Kristian Unpronounceable. Just need 2 more in the Discord. Come on, let's get Steph to 100. Let's get Steph to 107 before we sign off.
Yeah,
and 200 in the Discord. That's it. Put the link for the Discord in there now so people can sign up for it. Okay, 64. No, this was my you. I've told this story to, right? Steph. I'm a big believer in trial and error. My client being on trial, that's an error. Did I tell you this?
Yeah, I think so.
Finstock when he was so.
This sound. Oh yeah.
It was the Schmodown. So the Schmodown, when the Schmodown was in season 1, when we first started it, it was, people were getting really serious about it, and JTE had just beaten Ellis in the biggest upset of the tournament, right? Because Ellis pitched a perfect game, but the way that the Schmodown worked back then was the final round wasn't a 5-point question. It wasn't the stuff. It was you bet at a certain amount of points. Ellis didn't bet any points. JT bet enough points, and JTE won because of the math, right? And so JTE won. But there was something that happened inside of the match where it looked like JTE was looking at Mark's paper. So we reviewed the videotape and said, we believe that JTE cheated. He said, I didn't cheat. So he said, we're going to put you on trial. So it's one of the funniest moments that we
the trial of JTE.
The trial of JTE. We had like Cody and Josh McCougar were running around in these latex suits and it looking like the Noid. It was absolutely bizarre. Chris Stuckman was on the desk with us and we were listening to all the takes. Is why and so Finstock was his defense attorney. Now, the prosecuting attorney, I think I've told this story before, but the prosecuting attorney was Hal Rudnick, but he was a late replacement for the person who had already signed on and was on his way to the studio to be the defense attorney. Do you know who the defense attorney was supposed to be? I want to see if the audience remembers who the original defense attorney was going to be, driving there and had to not do it, and I had to call Hal in to do it, who was great, by the way. Hal was brilliant as the defense attorney. I want to see if anybody can guess who the original defense attorney was. Can you make a guess, Steph?
The original,
he was going to be the prosecuting, excuse me, the defense attorney. The defense attorney was Finstock. The original,
Schneider?
No, the original prosecuting attorney. That's
I
what
don't
it was.
know that.
It was someone who was going to try to prove that JTE was guilty. And he was proven innocent, by the way. But he was, but it was. I'm trying to see if there's a spice. No, it's not Spicy Lucy. Spicy Lucy came in a lot longer. The answer is Andrew Santino.
Oh, why does that sound so familiar?
He does the Bad Friends podcast with Bobby Lee.
Oh, yeah. That's funny.
He was supposed to be the it was I just found out some breaking news. Comic book movie.
No way.
Yeah, he sucks farts. Congratulations.
No way.
Amazing. Okay, a couple more here. 67. So let's see. Next one. We did that one. All right, excited for that. Just need 2 more and did that. Okay, this one. Boston lady. I'm moving and I was going through an old bin of clothes and I found a Schmodown Live shirt from the NY Dan Merle champion match. I'm so happy I still have it. Me too. That was a great shirt. That was a great event. I would be lying if I didn't tell you yesterday. I was checking it on this channel. Like Frank Janish, before we changed this channel to what it is today, the Schmo channel, it was like an archive channel for Schmodown and stuff too. And Frank Janish had put a bunch of clips and promos, and Nerd Chronic was so brilliant in his promos. Steph, I'd be lying if I told you I didn't watch a few promos yesterday. I got a little teary-eyed. I got a little teary-eyed in some of this. And I texted Mike, and I was like, we really had a really special thing with that show for
Speaking
a long
of teary-eyed, did you see Kate's disgustingly casual story that she posted?
No.
That she's moving?
Where's she moving? She's going to Chicago?
Yes.
Makes sense. She told me she was thinking about that.
She told me she'd be my donut doula. for when I give birth.
Okay.
And that's her only responsibility. And I'm like, how are you supposed to do this?
Chicago,
And what she
she's
like
sending
made it like
scans.
it was like an ad, like, hey, and by the way, I'm like,
I gotta call her. And yeah, she told me
I
she was
think
gonna
her
go.
profile's public, so I hope I didn't air something out.
Nah,
But
she probably made the announcement. I've got to
that makes me so sad, but I hope it's great for them.
She's been talking about it for quite a while. I tried to get her to move to New York. She said no fucking way. Bojax, what's up, Bobby? You got me reminiscing. Do you know what Ashley Mova, Sinead, and Natasha are up to these days? They post. I mean, Ashley wasn't posting for a bit, but she started posting. She's also a mama now, and so she's been posting. Though she was doing stuff for the Lakers, I think she still is. Sinead and Natasha post regularly on their Instagram. I see them kind of doing a bunch of things, and Natasha, I think, still works for Complex. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Natasha does.
Have you ever met any of them?
I have met Natasha briefly with my friend Jess, but I don't know them. No, that was before me.
You would have been running with that crew if you were
they
there.
were like the hot girl group.
Yeah. Well, no, but they were just the coolest shit.
No, and they were cool.
Yeah.
And they knew their shit. They know their shit.
Yeah, they were just really cool, man. I got along very well.
I just liked all their glam too. I thought they were very
I got along with all of them really well. But Ashley and I would make each other laugh quite often. Nathan Drake, who could turn Jurassic Park back on? Kristian answered Newman, and Ellis said it was wrong. Then Kristian said, I don't know, fuckface McGee. Is this who could turn Jurassic Park back on? Kristian answered Newman, and Ellis said it was wrong. I don't know. Is that from I don't know what that's from. Is that from like an old schmo show? I don't know. Bobby, taking clients if anyone needs a defense attorney. JTE would have been, could have used you for the JTE back then. Nathan Drake, remember the Collider rap video with Riley? Oof, it was hilarious. It was hilarious. My oldest, who was little at the time, loved it. No oof, it was hilarious. Johnny Patriza, why haven't we got a Darth Vader horror movie? Vader hunting a few Jedi, picking them off one by one would be amazing. Like a smaller budget, I agree. Same thing. Problem is they're too scared of that whole thing. That article. We got to move on. I can't live in the past. It's that shit. There you go. Discord just hit 200.
Nice.
Okay, great. And with that, Steph, 72. Oh no, just kidding. 72. Joyous Romer, support for Steph, and may the force be with you. Hey, Kristian, when will we see Mark Ellis? People keep asking that, and they forget. Steph, what was that? 2 weeks ago when Mark was on the show?
I was just about to say, yeah.
You guys got to watch the shows.
Yeah,
Mark was on the show.
Yeah.
During right around the He-Man trailer, he called in and he was on the show for a good.
And they'll probably do something for He-Man too.
Or for Fandango, you mean?
No, you too.
Oh yeah, that would be good for us to do He-Man for sure. I mean, I think he had said that I don't know if he's telling the truth or not, but I could text him and see if he wants to.
He's talking about seeing it with you.
He should come to New York and see. I'll text him right now. Right? Text Mark Ellis. Hey, are you still thinking about coming to New York to see Masters of the Universe so we do a review and podcast together, or are you just full of shit? You'll see if he texts back. All right, I think that's it. 72. That's pretty damn good. It was a good fight.
Really? Yeah.
All right, make sure you check out Steph. Make sure that you guys, if you haven't already, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere podcasts are found. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for people who joined the Discord today, for sure. Keep it classy on that Discord, please. I beg of you. Also, make sure you head on over to the Clips channel, subscribe over there. Get Butcher Box. Please go and get that Butcher Box for the future of the show and to get some good meats. That's right. I said it. All right. And ask yourself the most important question of the day.
Did you shit in there?